Welcome to part 8 of my build of the quarter-scale Jerry Bates Cessna 172 Skyhawk. This video is a slideshow with a voiceover of some pictures I took while building it. Day 43. To make up the plug for the cowling, I needed to cover the foam in 3mm balsa. I put hole boards where they could go and then started planking with 10mm wide strips. There's a tremendous double curve on the underside of the cowling, and I had to soak the strips in water to get them to conform to it. They went on so-and-so, and some of them broke. In the end, I managed to plank the whole plug. Here I have started sanding the plug with some P80 sandpaper. I will be slathering a lot of filler on the plug before I finish with the sanding. The tip of the plug is supposed to be made of polystyrene foam. I'm going to try and find some pink or blue foam, but they are not easily found here on the edge of the inhabitable world. And since that went so well, I sanded down the primer of one wing strut and put some filler in obvious nicks on the other. Day 44. The filler has been smeared on the plug. This will be allowed to dry for a few days and then it will be sanded away. I've not yet scored the ideal foam material for the nose of the form. A new and longer main gear ready for surgery. Old Volvo bumpers were made of the best aluminium in the world. And here it is, cut out of the Volvo bumper. Now I just have to make it pretty with my files. Day 45. I bent, drilled and fitted the main gear to the fuselage. Then I made up a cover that I fastened to the center of the gear with a single M4 bolt that I tapped into it. The nose gear arrived from Robart in America, and I bolted it to the front of the fuse. Now the model is standing on all 3 feet. The nose wheel is 3 inches like Jerry Bates stipulated, but Omar, the owner of the plane, fitted a larger nose wheel to be able to land in and take off from rough places. I shall have to get a larger wheel and fit it before flying. The nose gear is controlled with the servo inside the fuse. I made a small tray and glued it centered right behind the gear. Pull wires are connected to the gear. Day 46. Not a lot done this morning, or was it? A friend of mine gave me some hard yellow foam and I cut out 4 pieces that fit on the nose of the cowling. Then I used foaming polyurethane glue to stick it to the nose. If you spray a fine mist of water over the PU glue, it will foam and harden more quickly. When the glue had started to hold, I carved out the approximate shape of the nose of the cowling. Tomorrow I will sand this smooth, starting with very rough sandpaper. Day 47. Didn't do very much today as I am still recovering from a strained wrist from last week, having slipped and fallen on some ice while dragging my bin back from the road. I sanded the foam on the nose of the engine cowling, used filler and balsa to get it to look like it should, and then sanded again as much as I could. It is starting to look quite good, even though I do say so myself. There is a very obvious air intake for the carburetor on the front of the cowling, and this should really be part of the plug. I used epoxy glue with microballoons to put a block in place and then used filler to make it look nice. It now needs sanding before putting on the glass fiber. Day 48. The plug is almost ready and now it's time for the glass fiber. Here The fibre and the resin have been added and now have to harden. Later on I will cut the openings for the air intake on the front.